Okay, in this demo I'm going to show you how to send an SMS and then also how to look in the sent messages section to see status information of a sent message. Okay, to create a new SMS message, we click on the new message button. In this dialog, in the main area here for message text, we type in the text of our message. The next thing we need to do is select who we want to send the message to. Contacts in our address book, a group, or once-off numbers, in other words numbers that aren't in our address book. So first thing we're going to do is click on the contacts, and then we need to place a tick next to the contacts we want to send to, in this case Jerry Brown. If you have a large number of contacts in your address book, then you can type in the edit box and you'll see that the list filters immediately to what you've typed in, so that makes it pretty easy to get to the contacts that you want to select. Once you've selected the contacts you want to send to, you can close this dialog. Selecting a group to send to works in pretty much the exact same way with the select group dialog. In this case I'm not sending to a group, so I'll leave that out. If you want to send to once-off numbers, you can click here, you can type in a list of numbers manually, or you can paste in numbers from the clipboard that you might have copied from some other application, e.g. an email that has a list of numbers you need to send to, or an Excel spreadsheet. If you copy a list of numbers from there, you can paste them into this message using this option here, paste numbers from the clipboard. Or you can load numbers from an Excel spreadsheet as well if you want to just import a list of numbers from a spreadsheet. Okay, in this case I'm going to go back to the select contacts. I want to send to 2 more contacts, which as you can see are in fact invalid numbers. They only have 6 digits, so we're going to see what happens with invalid numbers. Okay, at the bottom of this dialog you can see an indication of how many characters in the message. A normal message that's under 160 characters will only cost 1 credit per recipient. If the message goes over 160 characters, then it's going to cost 2 credits, and so on and so forth. You can see if I just add in a lot of texture, once it goes over 160 it's going to go in red to alert you this message is costing 2 credits per recipient. It also indicates how many recipients there are and what the total cost for this SMS message is going to be. I'm going to just delete that. We can also add a footer to the message if we click on this combo box here. One of the default options is to opt out reply stop. That can be useful. People can reply stop, then they will be blocked on our system. They will no longer receive SMS messages. You can also see that the character count includes the footer that you've selected. It's also possible to schedule the SMS for a later point. If you click on the schedule button, you can then select the date and time that you want to send the message. In this case I don't want to schedule the message, so I'm just going to cancel. If you did want to, you would press OK. Okay, so now I'm ready to send this message. I'm going to press on send, and then we get a confirmation just to make sure we're sending to the correct number of recipients and we're happy with the cost. If we're comfortable with the program and we don't want to see this confirmation dialog again, we can click on this option here, don't show this dialog in future. Alright, we're ready to send the message, so we'll just press OK, and that will send the message. Go to the Send Messages section, and you can notice it says here sent waiting for receipts. Then the program checked for delivery receipts, and if you noticed, the number 1 unconfirmed message went to 1 delivered, because we received that delivery receipt, and now we know the message was definitely received by the recipient. Now we can also see that 2 recipients failed, so now we're going to click on message details to see the detailed report for this message that we sent. And here you can see there are a whole number of different categories to give us information about the message that was sent. Here all recipients, then there's a list of recipients with no delivery confirmation, then there's a list of recipients that we already got a delivery receipt for. We know this message, we got a confirmation, it was sent to this user. And then the failed numbers, here we can see a reason why the number failed. It says invalid number. Another possibility is that the number has been blocked from the system. Then you would see blocked number. That can be a reason for failure as well. That is the message details. Something else that is worth mentioning on the sent messages is this filter that we can set up. We can select a number and months, weeks, days or hours if we want to only see messages for a certain range of time. If we've got old messages that we want to delete, we can click on the delete message. That message is not deleted permanently, it goes into a trash bin, which you can see under the tools. If you need to restore any message, you can do so clicking on the restore message, or if you want to permanently delete all messages, you can do so clicking on this empty recycle bin button. Another thing that you can do, you can see these buttons here, print. You can print out the current message or a range of messages, and similarly you can export a single message or a range of messages to various formats, HTML, PDF or Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so that's the basic process of creating an SMS message, sending it, and then coming to the sent messages section to find out detailed information about the message that has been sent.